Good morning, you beautiful people. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day today. In my last commentary, I talked about how Call of Duty has been shifting from a soldier answering the call of duty to a more superhero, super soldier type action game. And I also said how this formula of making the player feel like they are supposed to be this overpowered, awesome person is why Call of Duty is failing, at least thematically. And while I wholeheartedly believe this is true for the campaign and multiplayer, as far as zombies goes, that is exactly what we needed. Let's talk specifics here. I am going back, if you guys haven't caught on yet, I'm going back and I'm doing Zombies 101 for all of the previous zombie maps, which is exciting in and of itself. However, while going back and playing the old zombies maps, I am realizing that the developers really punished the players for a lot of things during Black Ops 1 and the first part of Black Ops 2. A great example of this is, of course, the ever-loved, ever-hated Transit. There are a lot of reasons why Transit is the way it is, and I'll talk about that in its own video. However, the whole idea behind Transit was, well, obviously buildables, but behind Transit, Die Rise, even Moon, I would say, Ascension, is creating these obstacles, creating these challenges for the player that make it challenging to get their perks, get their Pack-a-Punch, or maintain their perks and Pack-a-Punch. There were things in the way of making progress for the player. On 5 even, you got your gun, too bad, the Pentagon Thief steals it. On Moon, you got your perks, too bad, you ran into the astronaut, he steals it. Ascension, you like your perks, it's an easy map, the monkeys are going to take away your perks. Does this create a challenge? Yes. Is it fun? Not particularly. Move forward to Mob of the Dead, Origins, and specifically Black Ops 3 zombies, and the developers hit their stride. Don't take away their perks, don't take away their weapons, but add a challenge to them. Let them have their weapons, let them have their perks. Now, add an extra challenge. Of course, this is where we get our Margros, Panzers, Thrashers, all that sort of good stuff, as well as the maybe or maybe not convoluted ways of getting specialist weapons and upgrading those things and all of the extra stuff. But the magic about this is that yes, it is difficult to get the Skull of Nansapwe. It might be a little convoluted to get the sword in Shadows of Evil, and it might be very, very difficult to get everything like the Dragon Strike controller and upgrade the Dragon Shield in Gorod Krovi. However, all of those things are an added bonus. Not only are they an added bonus, they're awesome and they're cool, and that is the winning formula. Players are more likely to do these challenges, we're more likely to survive in the Pack-a-Punch room in Gorod Krovi if it's for something cool like a friggin' Dragon Strike controller. Compare that to Transit, where it's a struggle to get your perks. In theory, on paper, you just have to turn on power and go to where that perk is, just like every other zombies map. However, in Transit you have the fog that makes it difficult to even get there because you can't see where you're going, and two, the denizens are there which make it really life-threatening to go, and it's a very difficult challenge just to get set up. And players didn't like that. Players don't like a challenge to get set up. Players like a challenge once they're set up. And that's just something that I've noticed here, especially making that video, having that whole players feel like this super soldier is really not good for multiplayer, but for zombies, I think it has a place. And going even further, having all of these extra things like the Dragon Strike controller, the Gauntlet of Siegfried, the specialists, the Ragnaroks, they, one, reward the player once they complete the challenge, but two, when they're training, when they're just surviving, they can use this now bonus specialist weapon or bonus shield or bonus whatever, wonder weapon, and they can feel even awesome. It's the gift that keeps on giving. It's the reward that keeps on rewarding. It's why the Origin staffs and the bows under Eisendrache are incredibly fun to use, because yeah, you go through this challenge and it's a little tedious, but the reward is just so worth it. Going through a big challenge just for Juggernog isn't worth it. Perks, weapons, and Pack-a-Punch are a base version of every zombies map, and I think that's the way it should be. I think those things should be moderately easy to get, and then all the extra stuff, the specialist stuff, the extra cool wonder weapon stuff, that is the thing that you can use for your challenges. Those are the things that you can use for the extra difficulty, which is exactly what Guard Crovey did, but that's a little bit of a different story there, a different video for a different day. But anyway, that is my thoughts. I've just been thinking about this. Tell me your guys' thoughts on this subject. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next absolutely beautiful Call of Duty Zombies morning, I'll catch up with you guys later. And as always, stay beautiful.